All right, let's get straight to it. We're breaking down a brutally honest blueprint, a way to build serious, top-tier wealth in just 3 to 5 years. And look, this isn't about clipping coupons or saving your way to retirement. This is an operator's playbook. It's about systems thinking, aggressive execution, and, most importantly, ownership. So let's get to work.
The whole game starts with a massive mindset shift. I mean, forget the slow 40-year slog up the corporate ladder. That path is dead if you're looking for real, exponential growth. The goal here isn't a paycheck. It's not about earning a salary. It's about building and owning systems, actual assets that make you money while you sleep. That's it. That's the only game we're playing.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down the core premise. Then, we'll dive into the 4 main arenas where wealth is really built today. After that, we'll talk about the ultimate leverage plays, how to stack these arenas together. Then, we'll give you a 90-day action plan, and we'll wrap it all up with some unfiltered truth. Simple as that.
All right, section 1. Before we even think about tactics, we have to get the mental model right. Without the right framework, every move you make is just noise. It's like trying to build a skyscraper without a foundation. This is that foundation. Everything else we talk about today rests on this.
Pay attention, because this right here, this is the single most important concept of the entire blueprint, asymmetric risk. We're not just looking for opportunities, we're hunting for them. We're looking for bets where you can risk, say, $1 for a very real shot at making $10, $50, maybe even $100 back. Every single decision you make, how you spend your time, where you put your money, has to be seen through this lens. It's all about finding that low, calculated risk for a massive potential reward.
So the big question is, where do you actually find these kinds of opportunities? Well, they tend to cluster in 4 main arenas, and that's what we're diving into now. We're going to do a rapid-fire analysis of the top plays in each one. Think of this like a high-level briefing for a capital allocator. Let's go. First up, we've got high-leverage digital assets. We're talking about things like software, apps, automation systems. You get the idea. The magic here is the leverage. These are businesses where the cost to serve your 10,000th customer is basically the same as the cost to serve your 10th. It's almost zero marginal cost. Now that is incredible leverage.
So let's look at a couple of examples. A niche B2B SaaS, right? That's just a fancy way of saying you built software that solves one very specific, very painful problem for a particular industry. That creates sticky, recurring revenue. Or think about an AI automation agency. You're basically getting paid to eliminate boring, repetitive tasks for other businesses. The ROI is crystal clear for them, which means high margins and a ton of cash flow for you, something you can productize and delegate pretty fast.
Okay, arena number 2, financial and market instruments. And let's get one thing straight right away. This is not about gambling on the latest meme stock. Absolutely not. This is about being a surgeon. It's about systematically exploiting the inefficiencies in the market that are driven by completely predictable human emotions. We're talking fear and greed.
Here are 2 perfect examples. Volatility arbitrage. This is where you find profit in the gaps that open up when everyone else is either panicking or getting way too greedy. You're playing the emotion. Then you have something like structured yield. This is more like manufacturing a product. You're creating predictable income streams because you know investors are always looking for high, yet relatively safe returns. See the pattern? Both of these are systematic plays on how people behave.
Now, for our third arena, and this is one that almost everybody gets wrong. This is not about becoming an influencer or chasing likes. No, this is about manufacturing the 2 most valuable currencies in the modern world, attention and trust. When you do this right, you literally own a piece of the conversation.
And the key here is that you're building actual intellectual property. Think about a niche education ecosystem. You're monetizing people's hunger for specialized knowledge. And in the process, you're building a defensible asset that's tough to copy. Or take a data-driven media brand. In a world full of noise, you become the trusted signal. And once you have that trust, you can monetize it through ads, affiliates, data, you name it. The point is, you own the audience.
And that brings us to our 4th and final arena, automated or delegated businesses. The entire philosophy here is to design a business from day 1 that can run without you. Seriously, the goal is not to buy yourself another job. The goal is to build a cash-flowing machine that runs on systems, processes, and other people, freeing up your time to go build the next thing.
Let's look at these 2 models. A productized service, for instance. You take a complex skill, say video editing or copywriting, and you turn it into a standardized, repeatable product. Like 3 videos a month for X dollars. It's predictable, and it's easy to build a system around and delegate. Then you've got automated e-commerce. This is all about leveraging convenience and impulse buying.
You use outsourced logistics and data-driven ads to scale a store that literally runs 24/7. What's the common thread here? It's all about systems over your own personal effort.
Okay, so being good in any one of those four arenas, that's powerful. But it's not the end game, the real life-changing wealth that gets built when you start stacking them on top of each other. This is how you create a system where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 10. This is the master playbook. So here it is, the master plan. It's a 3-step process. Step 1, you use media and IP to build a loyal audience. You capture their attention and trust around one specific problem. Step 2, you launch a digital product, maybe a course or a simple software that solves that exact problem for the audience you just built. And then step 3, you take the profits from that product and you systemize and delegate. You build the processes and hire the team to run the whole thing without you. See that? It's a flywheel. It's the flywheel of wealth and freedom.
All right, strategy is great, but it's totally useless without execution. Talk is cheap. So let's get down to brass tacks. We're going to translate everything we've talked about into a concrete, aggressive, 90-day action plan. The goal here is simple: generate momentum and get real feedback from the market fast.
So, weeks 1 through 4, skill stack and market analysis. Your only job is to pick one high-value skill, like building automations or running paid ads, and find a niche that is desperate for it. Weeks 5 through 8, minimum viable offer. You're not building a giant, complex product. You're creating a super simple, high-value offer that solves one specific pain point. That's it. Then, weeks 9 through 12, launch and get that first cash flow. Get the offer in front of real potential clients, and then iterate like crazy based on what they tell you.
Okay, let's wrap this up with the part most people like to ignore. Section 5, the unfiltered truth. No sugarcoating, no motivational fluff. This is the brutally honest reality check designed to completely dismantle any illusions you might have about this whole process. Listen, if you're focused on any of these things, you've already lost the game. Generic side hustles, a complete waste of your time. Chasing the latest trend without a real system, you're just asking to get burned. Valuing being busy over actual leverage, that's a trap. Thinking you need someone's permission to start, you don't. And believing that one failure is the end, it's not. Failures are just data points. You need to discard these delusions right now. And let's be crystal clear about the odds. The probability of failure on any single thing you try is high, really high, probably around 90%. And that's exactly why we've been talking about systems thinking and asymmetric bets. You don't go all in on one big thing. You make a portfolio of small, smart bets, knowing that most will probably fail. But the 1 or 2 that hit, they'll pay for all the losses and then some. It's just math.
So here's the bottom line. The blueprint is proven. These models work. The leverage we've talked about is very, very real. And the opportunities, they're absolutely there for the taking. This isn't some secret map. It's a blueprint for execution. The only unknown variable in this entire equation is you. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?